Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by saying all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim, Rakakodach, for giving me the opportunity to come out here and prophesy today. I do want to give double honors to the elders and apostle Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precepts upon precepts and line upon line. My name is Arya Kayal, coming out here in Coconut Creek Park, basically prophesying. All right, and today I want to go over Isaiah 14 because we're coming up to the age where basically the kingdom of heaven is going to come to pass, and our enemies, Esau, Edom, Moab, Ammonite, basically all the nation that had partaken of our downfall is going to be destroyed. All right, and every single day we're seeing the day of our enemy downfall. Every single day we're seeing Esau, Edom, rulership coming to an end. All right, and one sign of his rulership coming to an end is him being exposed with the Epstein's files, and that's a big blow. All right, because now everybody thought of you as a righteous individual, a man with dignity, and now you're being known as a pedo, a weirdo, a man that has no morals, a corrupt people that lies and steal and kill, and that's what everybody is looking at Esau Edom now. And why is that happening? Because Yahweh Shema Shah is slowly but is utterly going to destroy America, Babylon Great, our enemies, especially Esau Edom, the white man. All right, we're seeing that closer day by day. Yes, there are Israelites among the Esau Edom that may look like Edomites, that may look like white people, but majority white people, you guys are Edomites. And most likely Yahweh Shema Shah is about to kill a lot of you Edomites. All right, because you guys was a thorn to Israel's so-called Negroes, like Native Americans. You was a hammer towards them, or even toward other nations. A wicked, sending by wicked ass decrees, or doing strange philosophies. Yahweh Shema Shah has seen it. He doesn't delight in those things. He doesn't like it. He doesn't delight in it. So it brings death. All right, Yahweh Shema Shah doesn't delight in when it comes to all that death stuff that you be doing. But you still do it. And Yahweh Shema Shah against it. So what he's going to do towards you, wicked? What do you think he's going to do to you, Edomites? He's going to utterly destroy you. And we're coming up to that time. We're coming up to that prophecy where Yahweh Shema Shah is raising up the prophets. He's raising the men of the Lord, the elect. All right, and he's raising them up to the point where they're going to be fit for rulership, and you're going to be their servants forevermore. All right, we're coming up to that time. So Isaiah 14 verse 1 says this: for the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shah, will have mercy on Jacob, Israel, so-called Negroes like Native Americans. And it says this: and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. All right, Yasharallah, Prince of Power. All right, and the strangers shall be joined with them, meaning that the Israelites that scattered among the heathens, those are the strangers that will be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob and the kingdom of heaven. So basically, all Israel is going to come back into their into their glory, their kingdom. All right, they're all going to be delivered. Verse first foremost, how is Yahweh Shema Shah going to deliver to all Israel? By saving the elect. All right, and through the loins of the elect, Israel's going to come out through the loins, and they're going to be serving. They're going to be in that perfect body, serving Yahweh Shema Shah in righteousness. All right, and we're coming up to that time. We're seeing prophecy coming to the end. We're seeing Esau Edom fall. We're seeing Yahweh Shema Shah is choosing Israel and having mercy on us. And how? Because we got the word, we got the name of our power, Yahweh Shema Shah. We got the name of the power that delivered us, that could save us, that's teaching us the good ways. All right, you nations had hid this from us. You nation had tried to take away our heritage and use it for yourself, but now we going back to it. And that means what? That means your downfall is coming to an end. That shows what? That Yahweh Shema Shah is showing mercy, and he's bringing back his children, his beloved. All right. First one was the elect. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them into their place. All right. Now it's talking about the captives. They're gonna take the Edomites, our enemies, into captivity. We're gonna take them to our place and put them in captivity so they could serve us. Reading on, says what? And the house of Israel shall possess them, and the land of the Lord for a service and handmaid. And they shall take them captives, who captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. They shall rule over our oppressors. Who's our oppressors? You Edomites, you nations. All you guys are oppressors because you guys are taking our heritage and hid it from us. You guys purposely led us to be a ghetto individuals and led us away from who we really are. Because if you guys all knew that if you took away the commandments away from us and we sinned, we wouldn't be a good nation. And that's exactly what you guys did. You guys made us transgress ways the Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, now I'm not gonna say that, you guys like I was Salakia, I'm stuttering with my words. What I'm trying to say is that you guys knew this and y'all took advantage of it. All right, and y'all do it every single day. Y'all put pork in bread. Y'all feed Jake pork. Y'all feed them abominable bread in the stores. You heathens had done that. To this day, y'all do that. Y'all such a perverse ideologies and do things that we don't do. But who's forcing that down our throat? You heathens. So y'all gonna be, judged for what you had done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. You guys gonna go into captivity and enslaved for forever. You can be servitude towards us forever. Nothing more, nothing less. All right.
I know what's going on, man. Hey, Vince, man, you doing a project or about?
No, I'm just prophesying, but we're just prophesying about the future prophecies of the kingdom of heaven, the downfall of Esau, Edom, in America.
Now, what religion you got?
Hebrew. Yeah, Hebrew Israelites. Yeah.
I pretty much study, a lot of religion, I respect people, that's trying to change their life, But you going live with it or something, man?
No, recorded. Just recorded.
Like I said, my name is Vince. Like I said, don't judge me. Only God can do that. But like I say, I try to mind my business, but I respect people, they're trying to change their life, trying to, deliver, the message, man. A lot of people, run away from, the truth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so, you say Hebrew Israelite, that's not, Yahweh?
No, we call them Yahweh.
Huh?
Yahweh.
Yahweh?
That's the Most High name in Paleo Hebrew, and the only begotten Son name in Paleo Hebrew is Yahweh Shah.
Basically, that's why I say that, because I studied, a couple, like I said, religions, Like I said, I don't want to, throw you off, Maybe, Yahweh is probably, what do they call it?
Sorry for cutting you off, but are you here to learn, or are you just
Yeah, I'm here to learn, man. You got extra Bible?
Extra Bible? No, I don't have an extra Bible, but I was about to say, you here to have questions, or you just going to say what you believe?
No, I want to actually, like I say, learn the religion, like I say, you teach them.
But basically, the Most High name is Yahweh Shah. No, I say Yahweh Shah, slip of the tongue, Salakia. But the Most High name is Yahweh, and the only begotten Son is Yahweh Shah.
Yahshua, or, y'all say Assalamu alaikum and stuff like that.
No, that's not.
Yeah, that's probably the other religion, whatever they call it, 5% or something. No, tell me a little bit, about the religion, man. No, I'm not trying to waste your time, no. I don't play like I say religion, with the word.
All right, but basically, Yahweh Shema Shai is about to deliver Israel out of our captivity. He's doing it slowly but surely through the prophets, through the men of the Lord of the future prophecies. Because very soon, America, Babylon the Great, is going to be destroyed. This place is going to be destroyed with thermonuclear missiles. It's not going to be, living up here. A lot of you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino American, 2/3, you think America is going to stay forever. All right, and that's not really the case. This place, this so-called America, is going to be utterly destroyed for its wickedness. All right, who had taught the woman to be a hoe? That's American philosophy. Who had taught the man to be a sodomite? American philosophy. Who had taught that you could do anything you want and have a YOLO life? That's American philosophy. America has spread that around the whole world. They see America as like a cancer to earth. And what do you got to do to cancer? What do you got to do with cancer when somebody has cancer? What do you got to do with that? You got to hit that radiation. Well, guess what? These thermonuclear missiles, they got radiation too. And Yahweh Shema Shai going to use it upon America to eradicate it. Because it is affecting and basically destroying this whole world. And you gotta destroy the wicked. All right. So let's continue on real quick. It says what Isaiah 14 verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaid, and they shall take them captives who captive they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Rule over who? Our enemies, our oppressors. Our Obadiah 1:15, it says, what the day of the Lord will come time. No, well, actually, let's grab it real quick. No, it's King James.
good thing you're doing, man. But a lot of times you really only know study, like I said, the New Testament. You know what I'm saying?
540. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 15 says this: For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head. And what did these heathens have done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to an American? They have put us in captivity. So now Yahweh Shema Shah is about to bring reward back to the heathens by putting them in captivity, by putting them in servitude. And Esau, Edom, the white man, the elites, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, they got it the worst. Because there was the main people that had what against Israel, the main people that had advocate for us our downfall. So guess what? Esau, Edom is going to be the main people that's going to be in captivity. And they're going to serve hardcore servitude, slavery. Just like how Israel went through hardcore slavery, you got to go through it too. That's how it's going to be. You reap what you sow. And that's what's going to come to pass. And you Israelites, so-called Negroes, like twin Americans, you don't have to worry anymore. Because this nation is going to be utterly destroyed. I'm going to keep it simple. If it's not about the Bible, I don't know.
Do you always come to this part?
Always? No. I'll be here or I'll be at Fort Lauderdale Beach.
You know why I say that? I'm born and raised around here. I'm here because, like I said, I grew up pretty much at this part. I used to shoot basketball.
That's
but you actually in the white neighborhood, pretty much, that racism it still exists in America, especially in Florida.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna.
I understand what I'm saying. I know no one's saying you be on there, you're your own man. How old are you? Like 25?
This isn't about the Bible, man. Because I gotta do this work, man. I gotta do work, man.
But basically,
I know you're trying to basically make me aware that look, you're around a lot of racist people here, and you're gonna get hurt. I'm not gonna read that. I'm not gonna be that scared because I'm gonna teach the truth. I'm not gonna lie to them. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna teach the truth, and that's it. If they got a problem with that, they got a problem with the Most High, not me. This is his words, and I'm just a messenger. So it is what it is. And if they do, there's gonna be a time where the prophets are gonna be persecuted just because they preach the gospel. That's how it's gonna be. It is what it is. They are gonna go in captivity either way. So, verse 3, and it shall come to Isaiah 14, verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrows and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So Isaiah 14 verse 3 is basically talking about how Yahweh Shema Shah is going to give rest to you Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to the Americans. Because you guys are still in captivity to this day. Y'all guys still are the one that's got to go to retail stores and work day to day. All right, and if you got to make it, you got to sell your soul out. You got to bend over your back and get popped behind. All right, Cat Williams had exposed that from a lot of you Jakes have been doing that just to get rich. Showing you that you guys are still in captivity. Kevin Hart ain't nothing special. Yeah, he got some, cool houses. He got mansions, but he had to do a lot of things to receive that. He had to put on a dress. As a grown man, why do you think that's a cool thing to put on a dress and go on a TV show and think that's funny? That's just disrespectful to who you are. You are a man. All right, they basically just showed you to the whole world that you bitch made. That's what basically they told you. All right, and other rappers out there, you had to kill people, you had to make sacrifices, you had to do all these things. Look, you're in captivity. That shows that you're in captivity. But guess what? All the captivity and all the things that you went, you're gonna have your rest. And you're gonna go through you're gonna be at rest, and you're gonna be at your bed singing joyfully. Why? Because your enemy, Esau, Edom, Moab, all right, Ammonites, they're going to be under you. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to the Americans. You're going to be over these other nations. No more warring, no more suffering, no more hollering, because your rest is going to come, Verse 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. All right, that's America. And say, how hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased. All right, there's going to be a proverb amongst in the future is saying that, how is this great nation ceased? The reason why that's going to happen because America was a top nation, a one powerful nation. And you can't say it is not. America has soldiers in other countries. They got their they got military bases in other countries around the globe. That's a power of strength right there. When America says no to the other nations, they follow suit. If the other nations tell America no, and America doesn't agree and they do what they want, the other nation can't do shit about it. Why? Because America has power. America is in control of the whole world. America is in charge. All right, but it's going to be a proverb of saying how did they become ceased, because there's going to be a time very soon that America is going to become deceased. America is going to get hit by nukes. America is going to be utterly destroyed for its wickedness. All the bloodshed that had done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes like to the Americans. All the blasphemy it had done to the Heavenly Father. All the wickedness it had promoted around the world. They got to be judged for it. All right, you reap what you sow. You can't be saying that you've done wickedness and don't receive nothing out of it.
You're doing, but you try reading from like the New Testament. You're not under the old law anymore. It's good to go back from time to time, but try reading Romans chapter 7, verse 1 all the way through 35. It'll tell you a lot about what's going on in the world.
So?
I say that, man. I don't waste your time, man. I'm also, man, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to tell you, two things gonna happen very soon, whether you know it or not. You're gonna get yourself killed, thrown in jail. You have to read the signs. Trespassing is a good thing you're doing, but when you're preaching what you're preaching on these premises,
all right, he's right. We're not in the Old Testament, but the Old Testament, New Testament, they're together. They're not in synchrony. The New Testament is just all about how basically we got Yahweh Shai for forgive our sins, and we're returning back to Yahweh Shema Shai, because we were scattered, we was destroyed, that's all it is. It was never talked about, because I could tell what Jake was basically trying to explain was that everybody's going to be saved. He has that mentality that everybody's going to be saved. And that's not the case. Everybody's not going to be saved, man. That's a true, cold hard truth that a lot of you Christians don't want to accept. These Edomites, Ammonites, all these other nations are, if they someone mingle among them, probably are Israelites, but everybody's not going to be saved, man. Because the only people that's going to be delivered out of America's destruction when all hell break loose are the elect. And those are the ones that Yahweh Shema Shai predestined to be saved out of. Everybody else, you're not going to be saved. The nations, definitely, they're going to go in captivity, for what they had done to Israel. They got to pay for their wickedness. You can't just say that they had done all these atrocities to Israelites, so-called Negroes like to the Americans, and then they just go away scot-free, like, nothing happened. That just shows that then you're basically saying that the Most High is unjust. Yahweh Shema Shai is never unjust, and he's never a God that will let the wicked go unpunished. He will judge you according to what you had done, and it is what it is, But I don't understand what you're trying to say. He was just basically worrying about me saying, hey, be careful. There's a lot of racist Edomites out here, and they will kill you if they see you doing this. But Yahweh Shema Shai by my side. If he's with me, who shall be against me? I understand what Jake was saying. He was just concerned. So that's all he was trying to say. He wasn't, coming in that bad spirit or trying to overthrow me. But going back to the point is that you other heathens, you're going to be basically this place you love a lot is basically going to be destroyed. And a lot of you Edomites, you guys know this. You guys seen it. All right. A lot of preppers are Edomites, and they're the ones that be telling you in the video saying that look, America's going to go to World War III, and they're going to lose this war. They're going to go to a war that they're not going to win. And they're the ones that's mainly saying that, this is done, it's over, But let's continue moving on. Verse 5, it says this: the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai, have broken the staff of the wicked, all right, and the scepter of the ruler. Verse 6, he who smote the people in wrath with continuous stroke, he that ruled a nation in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. So basically, the people that had ruled the whole world with anger, the people that ruled the whole world with no mercy, is hindered and no more. Meaning that they got destroyed. And who was those people? Esau, Edom. It's not an Edomite. It's not an Edomite in America controlling America, putting sanctions upon other nations. knowing damn well that will cripple their nation and starve a lot of people in that nation? Yes. It's not an Edomite damn near bombing other nations in America, bombing other nations just because they want more resources, even though they got lots of land that they have that they never touch? Yes. That's a show of proof of what? That they are hindering and persecuting people. It's not Esau Edom. In America to this day have Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to an American under captivity to this day. Yes, that's persecuting and hurting people. But what does the scripture say? They none hindereth, meaning that what? They're none no more. They're none cease. They have fallen. They have been destroyed. And that's what's going to come to pass. Esau Edom is going to be destroyed. He's going to be utterly wasted away. And you're not going to see him ever again. Because he has lost his power. And Yahweh Shema Shah is judging him for all the abominable works he have done. All right, so let's continue on. Yeah. I left off verse 6, so let's continue on verse 7. The whole earth is at rest and it is quiet. They break forth into singing. Why? Because the wicked is no more. All right, scripture in the book of Proverbs, if I'm not mistaken, is the book of Proverbs. If I'm wrong, Salakia, will a brother could put it in a comment. It talks about how when the wicked is in power, people mourn, but when the righteous in rule, people are joyful. And why? Because you got righteous judges. You got people that's not corrupt, that people won't do you wrong, that do equal judgment according to their works. That's what they do. But the wicked, they don't give a fuck. They just do what they want to do and do how they feel because they're empowered. And what does that cause? It causes mourning, it causes depression, it causes anguish, it causes instability, it causes death. It doesn't cause life. And that's what you're seeing in America. You're not seeing people, you don't see Gen Z having kids anymore in America. That's going low day by day. You're not seeing that. You're not seeing people trying to go back in marriages. You see marriage divorce papers going up to 100%. That shows a lot. That shows a lot of the mentality of America. Why? Because we got wicked people ruling. You don't got good music anymore. You don't got good shows. You don't got good cult. You got nothing here. Why? Because the wicked is in ruling. And everything's so still and everything's so stiff because everything got under control by him and he's taking everything, he's ruining everything. When the wicked is the ruler, people are mourning. But when the righteous rule, people joy. And people is not joyful because the righteous and righteousness is not in power right now. There's only the wicked. Everybody knows, everybody saw the Epstein file. Everybody see the people being pedophiles. That shows what type of government this place is. And it's only about time when it's going to go down. They're going to be judged. And we're seeing it coming day by day. We're seeing it come day by day when this place is going down to its last hurrah. And it's a slow fall too. Well, never mind. I lied. I take that back. It's a fast fall too. All right? Because every single day is always something getting exposed in America. Every single day. And every single day is something not getting exposed by America. There's always a conflict happening overseas. Every single day. Russia threatened America. Russia did this. Russia said that. America did this. Russia retaliated. The Middle East is getting angry at Israel. Israel calling his big daddy America to protect them. You're seeing that every single day. It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And to the point where it's just going to take everything away. All right? That's why a lot of you Jakes should really take heed and watch and be careful. Because one of these days, the Most High is going to come like a thief in the night. And I remember the scripture now, 2 Peter 3:10. I kept on saying 1 Peter last kept, but it's actually 2 Peter 3:10. So let's get it real quick. Let's go to 2 Peter. 1 Peter. Yep, 2 Peter 10. Yep. 2 Peter 3:10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burnt up. So when the day of the Lord comes as a thief in the night, why? Because it's going to be a come out of nowhere. It's going to be a come in a time where it's going to be unexpected. Because the politicians, everybody on earth, everybody's going to be saying peace and safety, when in reality, there's no peace and safety. Then it's going to come out of nowhere. It's going to bring judgment where the element will melt away. What is going to cause the element to melt away? That is a thermonuclear missile. That is an ICBM. That is a hydrogen bomb. Those bombs that Russia has, Satan 1 and Satan 2, could melt the element. Is not concrete an element? Yes. It's not a house an element? Yes. It's a tree an element? Yes. And all that is going to be burnt away, melt away. Why? Because this place have went against the ways of the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai. And we all know it. It's not like a secret. It's not like a big secret that this place is not wicked. It's wicked as hell. All right? You got a woman saying that she got 1,000 bodies, and now she's trying to get married. What kind of bullshit? You know? You got a sodomite. You walking by sodomites every single day like that's a normal thing. You got people that F their own dogs. You know, that's just weird. This is the wickedness that's happening in America every single day. This is not like a secret. It's known now. So don't be surprised when this happens, when this comes, because America deserves it. You can't say America does not deserve a nuke. You don't, especially the 2/3 Jake or the 2/3 Jake. They deserve the nuke. They a bunch of demons. You know, they be going, lying, stealing, killing, murdering, effing people up. They're a bunch of demons. And Yahweh Shema Shai is basically fed up with them. Because at this point, you're seeing ice in the troopers down in the ground. And they're ready to take a lot of you Jakes out. A lot of you Jakes out. They're getting ready to take you all out. Because you guys are all like a bunch of demons, gremlins running around the streets. Somebody got to, what's I going to teach you a lesson? But at the end of the day, this place is going to be destroyed. All the wicked people, the 2/3, even 2/3 of Israel, so-called niggas, Latino Americans, is going to be put to death. And earlier I did say Israel is going to enter the kingdom of heaven. So how come the 2/3 going to die? It's something called reincarnation. When they do get put to death on this side, they are going to be brought back into the kingdom of heaven through the elect loins. You know, they're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. But on this side, no, you 2/3 Jakes, you just got to go. Because you guys are far gone. Because everybody in this country, America, city, whatever you want to call it, this big ass city, is just pure wicked. You only got the wicked or the righteous. You got one fit in and one fit. You can't be both ways. There's no such thing as that. You with the club of doing stupid shit, or you with the club of trying to be mature and doing what's right. And if you're doing what's right according to what Yahweh Shema Shai said is right, and do what's right because that is life and that is what is good, then you know you're gonna be low will, you can be saved. But if you're with the wicked and you're just doing all the abominable things according to your flesh and doing destruction and death and destruction and bombing niggas and killing people and just stealing and lying and being a whoremonger and just doing all that other stuff and doing false witness stuff, then you're gonna be destroyed. The Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna completely take you out because you're just bringing in death. You're not bringing in peace. One thing I learned about Yahweh Shema Shai is that peace is like beautiful to him. Peace. He's a God of war, yes. But if you read the book of Proverbs, everything that he told you what to do and what's good is all about peace, about truth and love. That's like God. He's a merciful power, meaning that he's a peaceful power too. He loves peace. And he hates people that takes that peace away. And if you're that individual that take peace away just to be bugging out, bro, let me tell you, man, you're gonna be put to death, man. no Jake, you know, no man the prophet would want an individual to take away their peace. That's like a slap in the face you gotta put against them, you know. But going back to the point is that what this place is gonna be destroyed. America, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed. Let's go back to Isaiah 14. Where did I left off? I said the whole earth is at rest. Yes. Verse 7, the whole earth is at rest and it is quiet, and they break forth into singing. Verse 8, yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedar of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no failure is come up against us. Yeah, because Esau, Edom is the one guy that want to they basically cut down damn near all the trees that he sees just to you know, build a couple of houses that he's never going to use. He damn near wiped out many forest, ecosystems, just so he could have a kingdom. He done that. There's a lot of ecosystems that got erased by these Edomites. They're like I said, they're the cancer of the earth. They're literally the worst people on the planet that you could ever have. All right. Verse 9, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, to stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. They have raised up from the thrones all the kings of the nation. That's talking about reincarnation. All the kings that had died in the past life are raised up to see your downfall. All right, because you've been persecuting them for many generations too. America is persecuting all these other nations. Why do you think Japan is trying to move away from America? You think that's a coincidence? You think that's just a... No, because America is a persecuted nation. It does that. They do that. And who rules America? Edomites. Edomites are the ones who rules America. So what do you think? What do you think is gonna happen to this place? You think it's gonna be a peaceful land? No. You think it's gonna have peace forever, ever after? No. It's just gonna get utterly destroyed. It's gonna get wiped off the map. The beast shall hate the horde. That's another prophecy in the book of Revelation. What are the beasts talking about? The NATO nations. They're gonna hate America. They're gonna utterly destroy this place because of its wickedness. All right. Let's continue on. Verse 9. Verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Verse 11. That pump is brought down to the grave, and the house of the Slakia. I'm moving all over the place. I'm not reading straight, so forgive me on that. So let's read it again. Verse 10. Yeah, verse 10. Isaiah 14, verse 10. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pump is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worm cover thee, meaning the proof of dying of the king. And that's what's happening right now. America is dying. It is the king. All the things that made America great is all suddenly falling apart. All right? The glory of the white man, that's falling apart. The music, that's falling apart. The movies, that's falling apart. People's not talking about no hip-hop anymore. All right? People's moving away America just so they can listen to good music. Some people's moving away so they could feel peace again. All this in America is dead. It's worms all over the place. Everything about it is boring. Nothing about this place is fun anymore. Back in the days in the 2000s and 19s and 18s, people wanted to go to America because it was great. It was beautiful. It had its glory. It had a power. People around the world had fantasized saying that they had gold in the street, pure gold, you know. But that's not true, man. You know. Coming to find out, this nation is a wicked individual, dying. People leaving it for the dead. Why? Because the greed had overcome America, pride have overcome America, gluttony have overcome America, a lying tongue, killing spirit, a hateful spirit. All right, Book of Matthew says the love of many have waxed cold, and you see that in America every single day. The love of many have waxed cold. People have zero tolerance for everybody anymore. Do one slip up, a nigga will curse your ass out. Do one fuck up, somebody will kill you on the spot. All right, cut them off the road. They're gonna bug the fuck out and start chasing you down on the road just because and all that other stuff, you know, just because. All right, some Edomite will race you down the highway just so even though y'all going to do two different locations, they will not let you take that turn because they're too like that's the spirit you have in America now, and it's just sad. That's just depressing. Because now you just have a fight among each other. You're just killing another. You're hating it. What kind of nation is this? What kind of culture that this place had created? It's dying. That's a sign of a dying culture. That's a sign of a dying nation, a dying continent. It used to be great, you know. It used to be, but now it's not. Lucky because I'm just getting bit by these mosquitoes, man. I want to try to figure out where they at if I smack them. All right, but yeah, this place is done. It's dying off slowly, day by day, and very soon it's gonna lead up to the point of those nukes. That nukes is based like a final judgment, like the final salt, last ingredient to a food. To make it good, because it's just gotta go. This place just gotta go. This continue on. It says what? Yeah, verse 11. Thy pump is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vow, the worm is spread under thee, and the worm cover thee. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, light bearers? Or who are the light bearers? Illuminati's the elite ones, the one that knows that's on top. They're gonna be brought down to the grave. because they was on top of the whole world, and now they're being exposed. Back in the days, people didn't believe that there was elites ruling America. They just thought the government was there and that's it. But now people around the world are understanding that there's people above the government. There's people that's telling the government what to do. Those are your Rockefellers, the elites. Those are the other people that control the other nations. But guess what? They're gonna be brought down to the grave. They're gonna be brought down to modern day, and they're gonna be serviced and handmade to who? To the Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to the Americans, and the Israelites are scattered among the heathens that may look like the heathens. They're gonna be servitude to them. All right, and they're not, look, they're gonna lose all their power. Everything that they have is gonna be brought. It's gonna be gone, and they can't do nothing about it, man. All right, verse. Yeah. Verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken a nation? Verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars. Of the stars of Yahweh Shemashai, you will be above the Israelites. I will sit also upon the mountain of congregation and the side of the north. Verse 14. And I will ascend above the heights of the cloud, and I will be like the Most High. And that's mainly their main goal, to be like the Most High, to control everything, to know what you do, what you eat, what you think, what you like, what you don't like. They're trying to control you. Just like how the Most High controls everybody. When you go to sleep, he put an instruction in you, so you wake up, you do what you got to do for the whole day. Seeing how Esau Edom trying to do. He's trying to be like the Most High. Because he has a God complex. He has a God superiority complex. That's why very soon he's gonna tell everybody you gotta take an RFID chip, because he want to track you. He's trying to own you. All right. Let's get you on verse 15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit. But all right. So even though you have a God complex, you're gonna try to achieve the goals that you want. You're gonna be brought down to the grave, and your future prophecy is not gonna be a happy ending. It's gonna be a sad ending, or a happy ending for Israel, because they're gonna be in the kingdom of heaven. But a sad ending for you, because now your ass gonna go through slavery, and this time your ass ain't gonna get beat by just mortal men, or some regular dudes. You're gonna be beaten by God's powers. All right, because the elect men, they're gonna have spiritual powers in the kingdom of heaven. Imagine you're getting your ass whooped with spiritual powers. It's worse by you getting your ass whipped, but now your ass getting a laser beam. Your ass getting punched in your shit with a 5-ton fist, a 50-ton fist, a 30-ton, whatever ton you want to imagine. All right, your ass getting slammed and then bring it back to life, then slam again and bring it back to life. Your ass, you a little boy, seeing your dad get your ass beat the fuck out of in front of your face, and then he looked at it and let man look at that kid, and the kid started shitting bricks and started doing the. It's gonna be bad for you Edomites, man. It's gonna be bad, man. And that son, and you lost your pigment too because of what you had done in the first book of Genesis, in a garden, not in a garden. Yeah, what you had done to Abel. Good luck, man. That son is against you. So your ass gonna be outside in the sun, getting your ass beat by the sun, getting your ass beat by the elect man, getting your ass beat by everybody else, getting no respect. The woman that you love, well, she looked fine. The elect man took her two away from you. It's gonna be bad for you Edomites, man. Boy, you finna have it the worst. Have it the worst, man. You're going to have it the worst. The curse gonna be upon you, and you're gonna have a perpetual downfall forever. And the land of Edom is gonna be acclaimed to Israel too. So the land of Edom, you're not gonna receive it anymore. Your ass gonna be taken out by it. So you ain't gonna go back to your own land too. Just like how you took our land, we're gonna take your land, and we're gonna have it forever. That shit ours forever. Good luck, buddy. You're screwed, man. You're screwed. You know? Anyways, let's continue on. Where is it? Yeah, verse 13. Going to verse 13. Hold on. Oh, I skipped verse 13, did I? No, I didn't. I went down to verse 15, so I left off of verse 14, so I should be on 15 now. Yeah. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the side of the pit. Or they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this man the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake in the kingdom? Yeah, in the kingdom of heaven, people's gonna look at Esau like, is this the guy that really did these things? Because he don't look that shit anymore. He's back in the kingdom of heaven. When he let man tell their kids what happened, who this man is, they're gonna be baffled. He's gonna be in a low state. He's gonna be fucked up, saying, yeah, sorry, master, and then walking, you're gonna look like a bitch made individual. And they're gonna be confused, like, is this really the guy that controlled the whole earth? Is this really the guy? Because this guy ain't nothing. He's not really controlling nothing. He's just a regular dude. How can this guy right here that's crawling on the floor, that's eating shit on the ground, rule the earth? It's impossible, That's how bad he's gonna be brought down to the grave. It's gonna be unthinkable, a thinkable thing to see. All right. Verse 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, and that opened not the house of prisoners. Verse 18, all the kings of the nation, even all of them, and lie in their glory, everyone in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the remnant of those that are slain and thrust through with the sword, and go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land, and have slain thy people. That the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, and they're never gonna be renowned. They basically gonna be utterly destroyed. They're gonna be slaughtered. Or it's gonna be a ravaged time to the Edomites. They're gonna be fucked up in the head. Verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashimashai of hosts of armies, and cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew and the saith the Lord Yahweh Bashimashai. So everybody, all his lineage, Esau, Edom lineage that's in America is gonna be cut off. The nukes. They are gonna reincarnate back as Edomites again, but they're gonna be reincarnated back into what? Slavery. They're gonna be having yokes of iron around their neck. Just like how we had yoke of irons around our neck in captivity, the same costume again. Vengeance is gonna come towards you, Edomites, for what you have done. You have made us a spectacle among the nations, saying that, look at us, they're animals. We're gonna do the same thing right back to you. But this time, everybody's gonna know who the fuck you are, and everybody's gonna know what the fuck you did, and everybody's gonna hate you. All right, everybody's gonna hate you. All right, these nations, this day and age, they don't really know who you really are. Only the top elites they know, but very soon it's gonna be a common knowledge known of who you are, and you are the wicked, and you should never be trusted. It's gonna be very known, man. Let's go again, verse 23. And I will also make it a possession for a bittern in a pool of water, and I will sweep it. Hold on. Yeah, verse 23. I will make it a possession for the bittern in a pool of water, and I will sweep it with a besom of destruction, said the Lord of hosts. That's the nukes. It's going to sweep America with a besom of destruction, the thermonuclear missiles. Verse 24, the Lord of hosts have sworn, saying, surely as have I thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I've had purpose, so shall it stand. So all these things that Yahweh Shemashai wants to come to pass, it's not gonna go somewhere else. It's not gonna change somewhere. It's gonna stand of how he wants it to stand. And if he wants America to be destroyed, well, guess what? It's going to be destroyed. If he wants America to be wiped off the map, well, guess what? It's gonna get wiped off the map. It's gonna be a decimate destruction. One city got collapsed, and another one get hit, another one get hit, another one get hit. The next minute later, multiple nukes gonna get hit. It's gonna be a boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be a decimate destruction, man. You're gonna see it very soon. It's gonna be a horrible time. All right, let's continue on. Verse 24, the Lord of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as have I thought, so shall it come to pass, and as have I purposed, so shall I stand. Verse 25, that I will break the Assyrian in my land and upon my mountain, tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke depart from off them, and his burden depart off of their shoulder. Who's their shoulder? Israel. Basically, Israel is going to be free out of their captivity. because their captives have been what? Destroyed. Verse 26, this is the purpose that is purpose upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that stretched out upon all the nation. For the Lord of hosts of armies hath purpose, who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? And nobody could turn it back. Who will stop the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shemashai? Who gonna turn that back? Nobody can. Who gonna stop the Lord from judging the heathen? Nobody is. This is his purpose. This is what he wants to do, and he's gonna do it. All right, when you saw those video clip of U.S. military jets shooting at UFO and UFO didn't budge a bit, you think you're gonna stop the Most High by telling him, no, he's not gonna budge. He's gonna do what his will is gonna be done. This is what he wants. This is what's gonna happen. You know, our so-called UFOs, those are the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let's get you on. Where is it? Yeah, verse 28 says, and the year that the king Ahaz died was this burden. Verse 29, rejoice not thou whole Palestine, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent root shall come forth a cockatrice, and its fruits and shall be fiery flying serpents. Basically talking about the I'm just getting bit right now. I'm getting bit all over the place. But basically talking about those missiles. All right, because Palestine is going to be the one that's going to be saying, oh, look, Esau, Edom is down. We're ruling next. So no. All right, there's even in the book of Psalms talks about how, why do I hear nations celebrating vain things like as if they're going to rule? You know, you're not going to rule because you're going to get your judgment too. All right, book of Joel 3 is a good book to read because it talks about how Palestine's going to get judged too for what they had done to Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans. Palestine was the ones who had sold Israel into Esau, Edom hands. So you Palestinians, you about to be judged too. You're not safe either. There's history and records of you going against Israel, so-called Negroes, Latino Americans, you Palestinians. So you're going to get judged too. All right. So let's continue on real quick. Let's go to verse 29. It says rejoice. Yeah, rejoice not. Verse 30, and the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall be lied down in the safety, and I will kill thy root from famine, and he shall slay thy remnant. Israel's going to slay who? Our enemies. Palestinians, everybody, all the enemies, all the heathen, all the nations. All right, the needy, the first fruit, they're the Israelites. They're the one that's going to lay in the rest, be safety. But you other nations, good luck, man. Good luck. It's going to be a horror movie for you. All right. Yeah, verse 31, how, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestinia are dissolved, for there shall come from the north, from north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed time. What shall one then answer the measure of the nations, that the Lord hath founded Zion, and the poorest people shall trust in it. And that's basically the future prophecy of what's going to come to pass, guys, of Babylon the Great, of America. You know, it's going to be destroyed. Another nation's going to be destroyed with it. And they're going to, and these, heathens going to come up together and be like, what's going on? What's going on? You know, and they're going to come to a conclusion that what? The Most High founded his people and they're ruling the nations. They're all going to fall in line. And this day is going to come very soon. Very soon. The fact that we're seeing Esau Edom power structure falling apart and all his getting exposed shows a lot about his kingdom, shows a lot about his rulership, how much time he has left. All right, Job 14:5, seeing his days are determined, the number that with thee, thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. And there's a boundary that he can't pass. There's a rulership date that he can't pass. And we're seeing it clearly that it's coming to pass. His inspiration date of ruling is near. It's nearer than you believe. And it's coming. It's coming. And when it comes, it's not gonna be hold back, it's not gonna be slow, it's gonna be shown to the whole world that look, Esau Edom rulership is over. He is not ruling anymore. And who's gonna be the next rulership? Israel, so-called Negroes like in the Americas. Ezra chapter 9, verse 6. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth it. Oh, I don't have the apocrypha with me, so I can't really go to that verse. but I'm pretty sure y'all could literally search that up on the internet, on Google Chrome. Literally, is a good Google search. KJV, Esau is the end of the road, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows it. That's really it. That's simple as that. So let's get another scripture real quick. Let's get another scripture real quick. Let's go to Isaiah 34. Yep, it says this: come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein the world, and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is upon all nations, his fear upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter. And that's what's going to happen. He's going to deliver you to the slaughter for what you have done to the Israelites, so-called Negroes, like to the Americans. You're basically going to reap what you have sown. You delivered us to the slaughter. Well, guess what? You're going to be delivered to the slaughter your damn self. And now when you have went through that slaughter, you guys going to be serving under Israel forever. Because Israel is going to be righteous in those times. The law is going to be it's going to be within their inward parts. Are we in a new law? Are we in a new covenant? No, because we will be walking in the law perfectly. Are we in the old law? No, because if we did, we'd be struck down all immediately. We're in grace period. We're trying to get back to our old ways. We're learning. We're learning the righteous acts, understanding the scriptures, and we're building ourselves up in the hopes that Yahweh Shai would deliver us out of the destruction that's about to come past to this nation. Because this nation is wicked. It is. It's just, it's far gone. This nation just gotta go. All right. But in those times when when the new covenant comes in, and the Most High Yahweh Shema Shai put the laws within ourselves, or in our fleshly bodies, new bodies, we're gonna rule the whole world in perfect and peace. We're not gonna mess up not one law. And when we're not gonna mess with that one law, guess what? We're gonna be in power forever, and we're gonna be making sure everybody do what we say, and the whole world's gonna be rejoicing. All right, you're gonna hear music in the streets again. You're gonna see good music. You're gonna smell good smell. All right, not only these chemical smell that you be putting on yourself. You're gonna be using herbs. Everybody's gonna be healthy. All right, everybody's gonna be eating good. No GMO. Genetically modified fish, genetically modified fruit, genetically modified chicken. How the hell, you're going to be eating good. You're going to be eating good. You're going to be eating good. All the nations is going to be, you're going to be serving Israel so-called Negroes like to the Americans, but you're going to be serving them with joyfulness, because your eyes ain't going at least your eyes not getting bombed 24/7. And let a nation try to rise up against the Israelites in those days. They're going to be destroyed utterly. America's going to be a good example to these nations of why you shouldn't do wickedness. It's going to be a good example. And let a nation be like, that's not true. They're going to be another example too. That's how it's going to be. They're going to be another example. All right? Because let me tell you, man, it's going to be a beautiful time when Israel rule. And you Edomites, good luck, man. That's gonna be look, man. When Israel rule, you Edomites, it's gonna be a nightmare for you in those days. It's gonna be a nightmare. That's why to this day, you see the elites, the Rothschilds, they're every single day they're trying to put you Israelites, so-called Negroes like to the Americans, down on the dumps. They're trying to utterly destroy you. They're trying to keep you down. Why they're trying to keep you down? Because they want to make sure that you never rule again. Because when you do rule, and they do see you rise up, that's their fault. If they see you rise up as a nation, they're scared, because they know Israel, so-called Negroes like to the Americans, is gonna utterly destroy them. They know that. That's why they're scared. They're not trying to, they're trying to keep Israel in the dark. To this day, they're still not giving us back our heritage, telling us who we are. They're not trying to help us out. All right, and if they do, they'll give you like a little crumbs and then keep on moving on their day. That's what they do, That's what they do. Well, guess what? In the kingdom of heaven, it's a night, good night, It's a good lookout night to all you other nations. But you see, on Isaiah 34, it says what? For the indignation of the Lord is upon all the nations, his fear upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He hath delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 3. Their slain also be casted out, and their stink shall come out of their carcass. and the mountain shall be melted with their blood, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. Slakia. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf falling off from a vine, as a falling fig from a fig tree. It's basically comparing those falling figs from the fig tree, those leaves or those fig trees, as those nukes, because Yahweh Shema Shai very soon is going to use nukes to destroy a heathen. What that heathen talking about? Esau, Edom. And it's going to come down upon them. Look, man, judgment is coming towards you nations. And you Israelites, so-called Negroes like you and Americans, you're going to be in power very soon. All this persecution that you're going through, all this thing, is only because you have went against Yahweh Shema Shai. It's only because you're not listening to him. And he's trying to give you life, and you're just trying to choose death every single day. You know? That's all he's trying to give you. So you're going through the curses. But as soon you know, some of y'all is not going to go back. Y'all just too far gone. So y'all going to continue doing what you're doing. The Yahweh Shema Shai is going to put you 2/3 of Jake to death because you guys are far gone. But in the kingdom of heaven, you're going to be in the right mind, man. You're not going to serve no oppression anymore. You're not going to be going through hell anymore. You're not going to be mourning anymore. All right? There's a sad thing I remember at work, and this woman, you know, she's very kind to me. She's an elderly Jake. She's an elderly Jake woman. She is kind of like loud and, you know, ghetto, but she has a good heart in my eyes. In my eyes, anyway. She has a good, you know, trying to do what's good, treat people nice. She should be retired by now, man. She should be retired, but she's still working. She's probably in her about to touch her 80s, and she's still working. That shouldn't be happening, you know? That should not be happening in a land that you said that, you can have rest. There's people out, there's elderly that's working till their 80s, man. Till their 80s. I walk into Publix and you see elderly people, that should be retired. That should be on Social Security or some shit like that. They're still working as servants and Publix and Walmarts and all that. That's sad, man. That's actually sad. That shouldn't be happening. But you Edomites, you had let that going on in your own country. You deserve to die. You deserve to be destroyed, man. Because what kind of king would let their own nation? What kind of king would let their own people to suffer and die? That's your glory, to let your nation to grow, for your nation to have life, to be peaceful. That is literally your glory. And you're just doing it just so you could destroy people, kill people, and see more death and wars and politician fights. And that's all this guy just wants. And this is the reason why Esau just gotta go. He's not mentally right. He's not mentally okay. This guy is a bug out. This man is just a guy that says, if I can't have it, nobody can. That's what type of spirit Esau Edom has, man. Or if you Israelites want to be joining hand in hand with that guy, then go ahead, join hand in hand with them. You're gonna die with them too. You're gonna learn. You're gonna understand. Well, you know, in the other side, you're gonna be in your right head. You 2/3 Jakes. But Esau Edom, no, you're gonna be messed up in the head. Let me grab one more precept real quick. It's getting dark right now. I'm not trying to get Isaiah. I'm trying to get I don't want Isaiah. I wanted Book of Joel. Habakkuk, Slaki. Habakkuk chapter 2. But I want to get saying his spirit is not upright in him, because he's just a bug out individual. Habakkuk is in 5:46. Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's go to verse 5. No. Yeah, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. His soul of what, and the Esau Edom, who he really is, he's a guy that loves to lie, loves to kill, loves to murder, that's his spirit. His spirit is about hating. That's his spirit. It's literally just about hating. He's the biggest hater on planet. He just hates. That's all he does. Hates. He wakes up hating people. That's the type of guy he is. He does not love peace. Peace is not something that he likes. He loves conflict. He loves cries of noise. He wants to hear noise. All right. Without that noise, he's not satisfied. That's why Scripture says, he's not satisfied with blood. He's just that type of guy. He's not that satisfied with blood. He wants more. He wants to kill, slaughter. He wants to bug the fuck out, rule the whole nation, and be a god complex. Now, as soon as he gets that, guess what? He wants more. That's the type of guy he is. All right. Instead of Jake is a peaceful individual. They're peaceful people. They love going outside to see peaceful things, to see stuff to grow, see stuff to see. Jake love outside. Like they don't like going outside. They more like home people, like, chill at home, vibe, But when they go outside, they chill. Esau, when he goes outside, he's gonna freaking kill niggas. He just wants sorrows. He just wanna hunt down, kill shit, and that's the type of guy he is. He's not upright. But Scripture says the just shall live by faith. Who is the just? The men of the Lord, their righteousness. All right. First one's the elect. They're gonna live by faith. They're gonna have faith in Yahweh Shema Shai to protect them in the days we're about to get into. This is about to get into horrible times. But that's how I want to get into today. Lord, he's edified by the lesson in the camp today. I do want to give all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodach, for giving me the opportunity to come out here and prophesy today. I do want to give double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching the truth by using precept upon precepts and line upon line. I do want to say shalom to you, Malachians that's watching and taking heed. Shalom.